I'm going to tell another Christmas story. I got some Bible stuff I was trying to do, but I want to write it more rather than just sort of off of my brain and out of my thoughts. It is going to be about how an angel, or the star that they see in Matthew and Luke that heralds the birth of Jesus is a individual. It's a human being. It's a human being. And the long and the short of that is you can go to Gospel of John, and you will see where it says Luke chapter 1, verse 65. And fear came on all that dwelt round about them, and all these sayings were noised abroad all throughout the hill country of Judea. So when those guys see the star in the east, the wise men, they're likely seeing a person, an illustrious person. Austere, not a celestial body, which is another version of that. Anyway, Christmas story from my life. Really happened. Second grade. My mother made my costume out, and that's the way the story should begin. My mother made my costumes out of my bed sheets. My bed sheets were a very faded red, a very faded pink, and white stripes. We were poor. That's what we had for me. There were 5 other kids. You get what you get. So my teacher, Mrs. Walker, felt that I was too ungovernable for the most part in class. I finished my assignments very quickly and immediately commenced screwing around. Well, she got an idea. I'll put him in the Christmas play, and that will keep him busy because he'll be memorizing his lines and thinking about it. So when he finishes his work, he can work on that. Brilliant teacher, excellent idea, very formative for my life. So rehearsals began. This girl in my neighborhood, her name's Connie. She would be chosen to be Mary, and I would be Joseph, and Jesus would be made entirely from plastic. Didn't even have hair, like fake hair, just plastic. Anyway, we rehearsed the crap out of this dang thing, and I was so excited. Well, the night of the performance comes. My mom took not clothespins, some kind of pin, and she wrapped my costume around me like the pillowcases, that head wrap thing. And then I had my tunic made from my bed sheet, and I didn't have all fringes and stuff like that. So I wasn't authentic Hebrew, I wasn't full on Judah, but I was all right. We were children and we were poor again. Anyway, so the night came and I'm all dressed like that. This kid, Greg, from my neighborhood was looking in the window of second grade while I'm getting dressed, and he was laughing at me, poking fun of me. And I still was excited, nervous, but excited. This was going to be a lot of fun. All the rehearsals had been fun. So that night we take to the stage. The auditorium, which was the gymnasium, has the biggest crowd of people I had ever seen outside of a Bears football game. And I was amazed. Now, I hadn't gone to a Bears football game. We were poor. I've seen them on TV. The Dolphins, the Bears, and the 49ers, and the rest of the world of football didn't have to exist for me. It was just those teams. Well, I'm standing on stage, and Connie and I are giving our lines, and we're going through this with the other kids, and it's just a real fantastic thing. I could forget the rest of the entire play, but there is what sticks out, because it was such a beautiful moment. What sticks out is as I stood there giving my lines, we had a wooden sawhorse with a like it's made to be a donkey. It had like a mop head for hair, on its mane and painted on eyes. And Connie is sitting on this thing. And she says, there's a narrator. I think her teacher was a narrator. And Joseph went to see if there was any room in the inn. And Connie says, Joseph, go and see if there's any room in the inn. Fine. I shrug my shoulders and I walk over to the innkeeper, who's another kid from our class, of course, beard, mustache. He had different kind of sheets at his house. But I said, hi. He says, Joseph. And I thought, how does he know my name? I'm walking up to this guy. How does he know me? Joseph, we don't have any room in the inn. Sorry. Again. And the audience laughed. And that was the first time in my life that I wasn't in a choir where there was an audience out there and nobody could pick out what I was doing. Because you're doing it wrong if they can, I think. But yeah, the crowd laughed. And that surprised me. So I did one of these numbers and I looked at them and they laughed even louder. And that's when I got the acting bug back then. And I go over to Connie. Joseph, did they have any room in the inn? I shrug my shoulders. Nope. And the audience lost it. Because I suppose nope is not very good Aramaic. But for a Midwestern kid like myself, they knew what I meant. Happy holidays, everybody.